come to you live on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by the pride of Plainfield, New Jersey. He was born to run the fast break. It's Jay Williams.
Dishing the ball left, dishing the ball right, making the right play at the right time, because that's what guards from Plainfield, New Jersey do. Let's see what they do on the court this evening.
It's time to hoop it up. We are ready to go. On the drive, it's Paul, but his shot stays out.
Because he had no body control. You have to be able to control your body when you attack the rim at full speed. That's part of your concentration. People assume concentration just on the rim, but your body control is everything. Be able to speed yourself up or slow yourself down.
Tough make through traffic. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He's a scorer and an elite passer.
No good. No daylight. Great defense.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was the shot.
James Harden, 2 for 2. That's what you want. Sometimes it looks like he's not locked in, but think otherwise.
They still have injured players on these roster lineups.
Isn't in his hands.
Emoji
Do you
on
need
his
James
face.
Harden to be locked in 100% of the time? No, you need him to be locked in 95% when he has the ball in his hands. That's when something spectacular is going to happen offensively for your team.
Fires the 3, knocks it down. Defender has to get there next time.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself. So, Ed, my man P. Bev the other day made some
emoji
comments
man
on social
face
media. I want to
falling
get your
with
reaction.
medium
He said,
dark
I'll tell
skin
you right
tone.
now, we are the best team in LA. How do you feel about that?
Jay, since the Clippers moved from San Diego, I don't know if that's been the case once. Maybe going back a few years, but LeBron James is in LA now. I don't know if Patrick Beverly's right on that one. Has a chance? That's what you come to expect. Your best players making baskets.
I hear so many players talk about, oh, my skill set is this or my skill set is that. How about your skill set is your effort on the defensive end? That's something we don't talk about as much as we need to.
Stuffs it down with authority.
What a pass. I have no clue how that ball even made it through the traffic.
Clippers have the basketball. Has a look. Gets a look. Can't hit.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it,
That is
keep being
why I
physical.
stopped
Keep
playing
knocking him off
head-to-head.
balance.
Roster's not authentic.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Like who? What you mean? Like who not on the roster? Just Harden, the only one that ain't playing.
Both teams making changes. Harden. His first effort off the mark. The follow won't go either to Paul. Fakes, drives to the rim, and scores.
Confidence is such a beautiful thing, isn't it? Even if your perceived abilities prohibit it, you gotta be you.
Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home.
I remember being on the set of ESPN on draft night when the Clippers got both Jerome Robinson and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
If you injured bro, you shouldn't be
I
on the
remember
court.
asking PB, so what does this mean for your franchise that you drafted 2 guards? He looked me right in the eye, and only the way PB could, and said that means they have to get in where they fit in, and they have to work for everything on this team. So safe to say, Shai has all the talent in the world, but he's going to learn how to work for it.
Won't go. And a putback slam.
And that...
Alexander.
Yeah, but I mean,
And he's fouled.
it ain't a big deal to me, bro.
Free throws coming up.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are
Honestly,
gonna
it
let
should
him
be a
go.
choice to me.
first one goes
This
down.
ain't an online league. This is just head to head.
Goes 2 for 2.
Madden put him on injury, but you can still use him. So, you know.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Jay, another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you have to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
Took it down the lane, but it's no good.
Woo! I like that intensity on that play. That's how you
That's
actually
shooting
dig in the
bro.
dirt and do your job on the defensive end.
So,
Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
cheating. It's a video game, man.
Uses Alexander. Oh, bad pass as the Rockets come away with it. James Harden looking good. 4 for 5.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
To Williams. The shot denied by Harden.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Perfect feed to set up the basket.
It just seems like one of three things happen every time James Harden has
But
the
it's
ball.
supposed to be sin, right?
Either he scores, he gets
Man,
fouled,
hey,
or he
you
kicks
know,
it out
to
to
me,
someone
like I
for a
say,
three.
honestly, in my opinion, if I made a game, I'd give you a choice.
Gets a shot
Hello?
up off the mark.
See, the defender did a really good job. He stayed down. He didn't go and bite for all the head fakes. He waited until the last second to contest that shot. Way to know the scouting report.
First quarter is complete. It's been all Rockets.
Yeah.
Jay, last year, Rockets 65-17. Good for #1 record in the West. What's going to be good enough this year for the Rockets to get to the NBA Finals?
Boy, you need CP3 to be healthy. If he's healthy, you can make an argument that the Rockets may have won the Western Conference Finals against the Golden State Warriors. But also, I think James Harden needs to continue to build on his play in the playoffs in particular. Everybody knows about how great he was during the regular season. But those last 6 games against the Golden State Warriors, he really struggled from the three-point line. He shot 37% during the regular season. He shot 20% in the Western Conference Finals.
Knocked loose. Rockets come up with it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Ooh, Chris Paul. 2 of 4 now.
Who's controlling the paint? The offense is controlling the paint right now. The defense needs to do a better job of making it more uncomfortable for those easy legs.
A pass taken away by the Rockets. To P.J. Tucker. Going to launch beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Great shot by the offense. But the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
Teodosic with it. Trailing by 15. Knocked loose. Rockets have it.
When you're outmatched talent-wise, you cannot get outworked. Get that ball back.
Shot from the lane won't go. Harden to Paul. Here's a chance from long range. And Chris Paul, he's been doing that for years. Wide open look, and he buries it. Jay, he's played for a number of teams in the Western Conference, no less. What do you make of Paul and his willingness to embrace a challenge?
Well, for the first 12 years of his career, he was ball dominant. The ball was forced to be in his hands every possession because nobody else, other than CP3, could make a play. Now there's a shared responsibility with the playmaking skills, and that really allows him to play looser, to play freer, to play more like he played in college, hunting his own shot and thinking pass second, score first.
Free throws coming up.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
James Harden at the line. And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. It's the Clippers with the possession now. Just not going down.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
To Gortat.
The hell?
Yes.
I could have sworn I heard a block.
He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
Man down. Got to get up and contest the shot.
Beverly into the front court. His guys down big. Bradley. Wide open look, won't go.
I don't know why he rushed that shot. He was wide open. Take your time.
Well, can't do that.
And you can't lunge like that.
That's his second personal foul. Team foul.
Who left in Houston? Luke Bamute to the Clippers, Trevor Ariza to Phoenix. So, Jay, how do the Rockets adapt without two key wing defenders this year?
Well, other guys need to step up. I think you need to see P.J. Tucker step up. Gerald Green, we all know how explosive he is offensively, but he needs to make that applicable to the defensive end. Michael Carter-Williams is another big acquisition. He's a bigger guard who can use his length to deter shots. And also another kid, Markel Brown, who played at Oklahoma State, extremely athletic, explosive on the perimeter. If these guys can do it by committee, that might be enough to eclipse the Golden State Warriors.
Trying to cash in, knocks it down from mid-range.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Ooh, crisp ball. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
Ed, all this talk I heard over the summer, what about CP3's hamstring? Will he be able to get back his first step? Will he still have it? There you go.
Oh, the spin to set up the dunk. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Oh, leaves the defender in the dust. Has a chance. Add 2 points to the board.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
It's Harden. Brings the ball up. To Ball. Harden. Textbook defense.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Oh, you got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free two.
First free throw is good. 2 for 2 on that trip. Oh, they call him for the foul.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1. First foul in the final 2 minutes.
Beverly to Gortat. Yes, Marcin Gortat. He's 2 for 2 now.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
From long range. And it's Harris who's able to clear the rebound. Deep 3 at the buzzer. It's good. And it gets them closer as we reach the end of the first half. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to Orlando where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our first half. Very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. And a whistle.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
All set to go here in the second half. The third quarter is underway.
Give me that.
Avery Brown.
Come on.
Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Paul to Chris. Here comes the screen. Tucker to Capella. From the painted area, won't go down. Tobias.
Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Yeah, they're lucky they get the ball back.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Tucker. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. Paul had made his first three, but that shot
Slap him.
and they called a foul. Careful there, Jay.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Jay, recent years, the Clippers have added guys, rookies and otherwise, who bring that toughness factor.
And it all starts with Patrick Beverly. He missed most of last season with a meniscus issue and a ankle fracture in his right knee. But I got a chance to sit with him at the desk during the NBA draft on ESPN. And when the Clippers selected back-to-back Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Jerome Robinson, he looked right at me in the eyes and said, oh, they're going to have to get in where they can fit in. And I'm going to make sure they bring it every single day. That's the kind of tough leader you have in P-Ball.
They have to keep him in their grasp. The way he gets to the line, you have to respect every part of his game.
He is an occupational hazard for referees. He's the MVP of drawing fouls. He constantly baits the defender, which makes the defender's hands drop, which allows James Harden to drop buckets on him.
Inside, he scores.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Beverly. Hart with the basketball. His guys hold a commanding lead. Paul to Capella.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Patrick Beverly. He's 3 for 7.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Screen coming. Harden. And the rebound grabbed by the Clippers. Beverly into the front court. Down a bundle. Now a shot by Bradley, no good. And they called a foul. Felt the breeze there, Jay.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Houston with the basketball. Anthony. It's Gortat with the rebound. Williams into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Fires the three. No good. Carter Williams with it up top. His guys holding the big lead. Anthony. Rebound taken by Gortat. Williams across the timeline. He'll run the offense. And they call it.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 40. Houston Rockets are in penalty.
Williams. That won't go. Marquise Chris to Carter Williams. For three, won't go down. Yes, Carmelo Anthony. Not shaken for the early struggles. Maybe this is a sign of things to come. Jay, mixed opinions with Carmelo Anthony. How will you remember his career?
Well, as of right now, he's a catch-and-shoot type player. But for me personally, Carmelo Anthony will go down as one of the greatest isolation players of all time. Back in his Denver days, his earlier New York Knicks days, there was nobody better in an isolated set than CA. Ed, you ready for another fun fact about the Houston Rockets?
Let's do it.
Okay, the team was established in 1967 and was given the name the Rockets because San Diego was the home to many space-age manufacturers. When the team eventually moved to Houston, the name still fit, giving Houston's association with NASA.
Wow, so Houston, we have a problem? All of that associated with space? Who knew?
Are you saying that because Carmelo Anthony's in town?
No, Apollo 13.
Oh!
It's Rockets ball. And too much contact.
Welcome to New Age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Subbing in for the Houston Rockets, number 14.
To Gerald Green. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on, but the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Gilgeous Alexander. 4-3. Message received. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your pass.
Come on.
And the rebound comes down to the Clippers. Short jumper misses. 3 quarters down. The Rockets way out in front. It'll be Rockets basketball here as we start the 4th quarter. You figured they certainly had the advantage coming into this one. Jay, that's how it's played out.
On paper, this wasn't set up to be much of a contest. If the crowd could have gotten into it early, maybe. But sometimes a team is so good that you never had a chance to even stop.
He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
I don't mind that effort at all. At least they're still out here competing on the defensive end.
Knocks down the first. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Now a steal as the Rockets have it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
The pass set it all up.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
It's LA Clippers ball.
Yeah, man, come on.
And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
Patrick Beverly at the line. First one, count it. No good on the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. To Harden. Lets it fly from long range. Trying for a 30-point night, but it's no good. Beverly to Tobias Harris. Has a look. Gallinari off the mark. To Harden. To Capella. And the finish. Slam dunk.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
Deep right corner. It's Gordon with the stuff.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Houston takes over. Beyond the arc for 3. Off the mark. And the rebound taken in by Beverly. To Bradley. Shot from the lane won't go. Oh, they call the foul, Jay.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. from in close, no good. Beverly to Bradley. The rebound belongs to Houston. Anthony to Harden. Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down? Gortat to Bradley. A shot for
Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block.
man, that was impressive.
That kid can block out the sun, man.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Gets a look. Can't hit.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Rockets have the ball. Driving is Harden, but he can't get it to go down.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
That one off the mark. It's no good. And they call it.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Team foul number 3. Los Angeles Clippers are in the penalty.
To the outside. To Chris. Fires the three. Missed it. Harden. No good. Defense catching a break there.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like his mere presence in the paint was enough to make the offensive player miss the shot before he even got off the ground.
To Harden. Marcin Gortat with the block. That's his first of the game.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. It's good. Defense has to pick things up.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose a dagger with the three.
Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Beverly to Williams. Going to launch beyond the arc. Still can't buy one from distance. It's no good. Anthony to Harden. Deep left corner. Baseline drive. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Timeout called here by the Clippers. They're down big in this fourth quarter. And a chance here to empty their bench. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Harris. And the rebound taken in by the Rockets. Harden. To Capella. Tobias Harris swats it. That's his first of the game. And a whistle.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Yeah.
Scores from the post.
The okey doke. Let's see if we'll try that one again.
Oh, nice find for the basket.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
It's the Rockets who are victorious as they win this one in blowout fashion. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Trolls, man. What's going on, man? Let's go. All right, back.